Hey, that got done quicker than I expected. What's up, y'all? Happy Saturday Morning Live, Season 8, Episode 15. I was just about to take this cold cup of coffee to the back and clear up the counter just a little bit. I was right in the middle of doing that. So I'm going to take this moment real quick to take that coffee cup back. We've got actually I thought about it last week. We've got a wider view. We've got the new GoPro running. Wider view of people not parking very well sometimes. So I'm going to take this cold coffee cup to the back, go refill it from my warm one, and then we'll get assembled, make sure everybody's here. That's the super wide angle. Super wide. Super wide angle. Other GoPro didn't have that angle. Anyway, I'll be right back. Let me. Yeah, okay, that's good. Sure. I don't know about JBot today, y'all. Let me guess. Coffee shop parking is full. Everybody coming and turning in. Yeah, no, there's a spot over there. One ran the red light right beside me this morning coming in. No reason. Ran it about 10 seconds before it turned green. Saturday, everybody driving fairly normal. I'm just gonna go ahead here. Never mind. Good Lord. Oh, okay. All right, I'm gonna go take this. Now we're just getting started. You're not late. tail end of that. No. No, do that. Oh, that was the wrong screen. Yeah. Locksmith, assemble! Hadn't choked my chicken lately. Oh dear. It's the ballet of the vehicles today. And dump truck counting day. Have y'all already seen any go by? There was like, so they're building a thing behind us. Yep. No, I want to attach. Yeah, no, I don't want to do that. I want to attach. Thank you. Yep. That one right there. Thank you. Let's let it do its magic and I'll get uploaded. No sound. I'm showing sound on my end. Sound check. Sound check. One. We should get a counter. One. Audio's fine. Okay. Yeah, I was gonna upload the video of what it looks like behind, so you know where we're at, where we're going with this. What's going on? Why is it going on? Why are there 1,000 dump trucks? Ah, we'll show you. Same thing I just posted on Twitter, but this is shit. Let's just save it. No, I don't want to save it over that. So let's just save it as a folder. Yep, and few dudes not there. Right, right. Stop. destroyed to the screen. Oh, that means I gotta bring it back up. Add existing. What was the last one I did? This one? Yep. Pause. Media source. Boop. That's this morning. That's the plans. See my little blue awning right there, the little blue store. Okay, that's directly behind us, past our parking lot. Is what this is gonna be. Right there. That's that. It's gonna be right there, the clubhouse on this side, and then more buildings over there. But the current rate of dump trucks is because that land back there obviously slopes down. So they got to do a lot of leveling, I guess, and that requires shoot load of dump trucks. Like last week, it was just nonstop all day long, all day. Just multiple convoys of 2 and 3. I don't know how much dirt they poured back there, but it's already a significant amount. So it's gonna go back to where's that section? Oh no, come back. That would be no. Pause. Yeah, like that. So right there where it says parking drive, that's where I'm filming from, on the right hand side of that. So I'm looking down at parking drive. I'm like a parking drive. Well, shit. I'm to the right of parking drive right there where I'm filming from, because that's the. So yeah, that's appears to be a clubhouse on the end, is what I think the specifications call for. So this drive right here, yeah, right there. You see where the car is turning right there? That's like I'm standing right in that grassy area, basically. That's where I'm filming this from right now. So yeah, that. So yeah, that's where I'm standing. Right there I'm standing on the grassy knoll right there, which is right underneath the P, or to the right of P. And it's gonna go all the way around. Choop boop 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 boop, and it's significantly in this area. It significantly drops down in that area back here. But yeah, that is right there. Right there. Doop. Some mornings There's very rare times and certain times in the morning where it doesn't matter if it's the same one coming or going, they're still driving by. It's like, I look up and it's like, wait, it's quiet. It's too quiet. It's very quiet. So I sit down and sip my coffee. And enjoy the quietness. Is, you working? Oh. I guess that's affirmative. We still have some issues. Yeah, there's issues. There's still issues. Yes, that's exactly what they're gonna do. That's 100% Rune is correct. So, yeah, we don't get. In fact, it's funny. The big one down there came and inquired about getting X amount of deadbolts, but at the end of the day, you can't compete against the companies that literally sell cases and cases of deadbolts where it comes down to like $5 each. It's not worth even trying to sell a better quality. In their opinion, it's only going to be temporary, and then it ends up being permanent. So it's what it is. I've not discovered what happened to him. I did not replace the front glass lettering, not yet. In fact, Kim mentioned that it is coming up time where I can go file more paperwork because ain't nobody brought me no check, basically. So I get to go back down to the courthouse and file whatever I gotta file then. This time, do I need to utilize my resources? He told me to utilize him. I hate bugging him over stuff like that. I guess I'm going to utilize my resources. We'll see. He said text him. I said okay. We'll figure it out. I said okay. No, I don't know what he means by that, but he's got a badge, so whatever. It is 4 weeks. Yeah, it should be. Kim said it was like coming up next week, and I mean, that's just like they were pretty vague about that too. Come back in 3 weeks to never. Oh, did we say never? I meant just come back after, a month, whatever, 9 weeks, a month. Yeah, it very vague. So I'll go file the paperwork and then I'll text them with said paperwork and say, hey, here you go. Take this one. Take care of this. Oh! I don't know what happens from there. Or if they still even know. I've yet to release a follow-up video on that because I'm kind of waiting to see. But as of right now, their names come up pointing to that video, so that's all that's important. Oh shit! Did we miss one earlier? I think we didn't click one. I hear one. Did we miss a... I think we missed one. Well, we'll get a general idea. And if I'm away from the clicker, y'all have to remind me. I swear there was like 20 from like 9:30 to 10:45. It was just back and forth, back and forth. I just wondered where they're going to get all the dirt. Where do they get the dirt? They're going somewhere and getting dirt. I want to know where they're getting all the dirt. I agree. B 365 for non-Wi-Fi. It's WWE. No. No, but I'm sure I'm kind of surprised that I hadn't already been contacted by people that want footage or want to use the footage. I'm just kind of because I get contacted about everything else. The news still uses a clip of my tornadic activity footage over here. I recorded it on TV the other day and somewhere on my phone, but like for a split second they show the footage that I took of the wind like whipping the whipping the stoplights back and forth during a very... At the time, I wasn't really as concerned about a true tornado. Come to find out, they said it may very well have been like a mini one. Uh, but it's funny because that was several years ago. Weather.com people came in here to visit shortly after I gave the news rights to use it. And here, 2 years later, they're still using it in their little advertisement. Damn it! Should have asked for a penny every time you used it. It's funny that my footage is on every morning. Hey, look, there's on there for a split second. Dang, Wes has probably seen it. People will still trash on the 365 because of the old drill in the hole in the bottom, but realistically, so if you're going to be there with a drill, it doesn't really matter what kind of lock it is, you're just going to access it in a different way if you're not going through the bottom. I mean, yeah, that makes it harder to notice it's been a puppy. The puppies. Hey, puppies. Uh, you've seen it? Yeah, that's still my club. They have, they have rights. They have, Megan wanted the damn clip, so I was like, fine. No, they just wouldn't have used it. They would have just used other footage. They're not going to pay for something they can find plenty of. So, going back to that glass thing, yeah, I'm kind of surprised that happened too. Our aloe is about to bloom right there. You can't really see it, but Yay. And I cleaned off and out the. Did I miss a dump truck? Shit. Puts it at 6 on my thing. Yeah, we need to make it. I guess we need to make that a command, huh? This is we can make a quick command for that. We're gonna choose. We're gonna choose Nicole. Thank you for your service, Nicole. Okay. This one, that's the GoPro. That may have been why I didn't use that GoPro, because it didn't work well with it.
Truck.
There you go. Let me clarify that.
Dump truck.
I like dirt better.
Dump truck.
Alright, but I don't know how y'all gonna. If we're bejizzy, don't use it. Or I'll glare at you later. And I don't know how we're gonna rush. I could restrict it to the mods, but because everybody's gonna dart. So, you know what? That doesn't make sense, though. That doesn't make sense at all. Now, we're gonna change it back to dump.
Dump truck.
There. You thought Sergeant would have had something. So is your arrow 6 pin? It doesn't really matter though, does it? Yeah. I still have a couple of old laser cylinders, and I think arrow fits in that old laser cylinder, but J-Bot was just trying to get it. J-Bot was just trying to get it straight. Oh, shit. Is that 2 in a row? Oh, yeah. Good. I think I may have missed one, but this isn't an accurate thing. One day we'll have like, it'll auto scan and pick up dump trucks going by and just add it to a list. Speaking of, hmm, hmm. We all saw you live speeding down State Street. I have a Jeep Duck up here. It is close in a little bit, isn't it? That may be indeed why I didn't use it. Hmm. me go switch it out. Let me go switch it out. It's a little glitchy. Old 8. Old 8 that's almost useless for anything because the battery only lasts about 20 minutes. Or 30 minutes at most. And it drains, so I can't leave it in there. And I have to hard reset it every time. And it was a refurbished one that was sent back to me. So I can't send back a refurbished phone. Anyway, I've got the other one, the screen didn't work. This one actually is the most stable after I hard reset it every time. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi, 6 Mississippi, 7 Mississippi, 8 Mississippi, 9 Mississippi, 10 Mississippi. No, people. I ain't having it in Brosafina in Jamaica. Let me connect it to my GoPro. Nope, not that one. Yep, that one. Yep, that one. And let's yep. Sync, baby, sync. Thank you. Maybe when it was so glitchy, did it come right back? Oh, amazing technology. Technology. That's where I left it. I have not gone back to try to correct it anymore. I got so frustrated with Grok. I did, however, try to get Grok to make an image of something else, and honestly, he's off the chain. I don't remember ever setting him to be like off the chain, and he's off the chain, so that was hilarious. Okay, got it. Like the last words before he made this image. No random shit. And then he gave us that. Which honestly, at this point, I kind of want now. I mean, the can opener slash Slim Jim slash door pry tool with a saw. I guess I saw. Did I miss any? I don't think I missed any dump trucks. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't upload the other ones that it's sent, but that was kind of hilarious. If you hadn't, it's a quiet video, but I think he wasn't even he wasn't even holding he wasn't even holding them in his hands. They were like hanging from the front of his hands like some kind of weird extension. So I did like how he went from that until I kept getting on to Grok, and then his cheery smile went away, and it turned into that. So I thought that was kind of funny too. These first three images are all like, hey, 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 hey. Oh, she's got next door. She's fine. And then it turned into him. Which actually, that's just a 3-second looped video, so that's like using resources right now. I hadn't figured out what to do with my new guy here. Or to even go back. I mean, you can go back on previous conversations. I'm going to regret doing it, but funny though, in the meantime, coming across those little things. I didn't think it was that big of a deal at first, and then I was like, come on now. We have to force. Where in the coding is it? Because literally every AI, ChatGPT, Grok, uh, Pilot, Copilot, or Pilot, whatever they call it, all of them put wrenches into our hands. Who did that initial coding? That's what I want to know. I want to talk to their manager. I still need to write a strongly worded letter to Baldwin, though. Time to think about things that I need to do. Have I missed any dump trucks lately? Is it lunch break? Yeah, I guess it is lunch break. Burger flip. I mean, whatever the heck that is. The resemblance is uncanny. Buy orange, dude. Up front. What did I have? I got a bunch of cylinders in. They're all Torx. But did y'all know? And I hadn't done the updated video. I guess I have to update it, even though like a few of y'all, like Lock Leisure and a couple other people have already mentioned it, that they walk back on that. But yeah, I guess I need to do a follow up on that. Hey, Jason was wrong. Hope you didn't buy too many Torx things. On my word. Don't blame me. I was only the messenger. But the one thing I will always concur with is that we have them now, right? How many thousands are out there with that stupid ass little Torx? Probably a lot because I just got in 15 or so. Even the thumb turns have them. Which I know you don't have to take off the thumb turns. Very rarely, except once to switch the cam. Maybe twice later on to lubricate it if you're going to do it properly. But almost never. So no big deal there, but I mean, yeah, cylinders, who knows how many thousands, hundreds of thousands of cylinders are out there. And what may seem like a blip in the radar, if they shift right back to Phillips, could still be hundreds of thousands of cylinders out there with it. So at any point from here to the foreseeable future of your life of unscrewing locks could run across that damn T6 thing. So just some boys out having fun on their motorcycles. Where's Capitol Police? Capitol Police will chase their asses. Hear ye. Camera don't want to. Hey, it's me again. You know, the locksmith and pondering. Could you, like, send somebody? Get some patrol
Dump truck. Dump truck.
I'm assuming it was just one. Oh, I forgot to pull the phone.
Dump truck.
We open to the store. We don't come out on Saturdays. We don't have anybody that can come out to help you, no, sir. Thank you. Why did they choose 6? That was the biggest mistake. They're all like, oh my God, everybody cried about it. No, everybody cried about the T6. More people cried about T6 than that. That's going to just twist so easily no matter how you do it. It's like tiny ass screw that it's destined to be weaker because it's so small. It's destined to have problems with corrosion. Destined to have problems, period. So the mere fact that it was Torx is not so bad as it was that damn T6. Screwed up. You could have made it okay. You would have had less pushback. But I still think, because obviously a lot of people don't watch social media or pay attention to current trends, and I would guess that people that don't do that got these cylinders and immediately fired off. In fact, I saw people saying that, where they fired off like letters to president of GMS, OMG, on their typewriter. Like the same guys that read National Locksmith with hats. You know, they're like, OMG, what is this? Ain't never seen no screw like this before. That led to the pushback. Whereas they may have had an 8 in their driver bit already, more of them would have had the 8 than the 6, as I found out. So, or 9 for that matter. 9 would have been acceptable, but that's a little big for those small ass screws. I don't think they can squeeze a 9 in there. And I think they probably were like, you know, a number 8 head cut into that set, or number T8 cutout, and that countersunk head is going to lead to more shear force possible of the head and cause it to possibly strip out and break off the head much easier. So if we went with number 6, you wouldn't be able to get as much force on it. I mean, who cares if it strips out? We can just like, or whatever, we'll sell new cylinders at that point if they strip it out. And then make them as cheap metal as you possibly can. Letter of president to other president. Letter of lock president to screw president. Yeah, I know. Screw president. Oh, what is a T6? T8. We don't know what T6 or 8 is. We're just gonna make a size. It's close enough. Somebody download the American T8 size. And at that exact moment, the wiki editor for driver bits was like, haha, I'm going to screw with some people, and changed it very quickly to T6 to T8, and they happened to reference it. So, yeah, haha, gotcha. Greatest joke in history. We will fondly remember this period of time. You and I and us here living in this moment. 10, 20 years from now, 30 years from now, when you run across a T6 cylinder, you'll be like, I remember that period of time when they did that. 'Twas but a short period of time, but it had profound impact. I am putting together a list of black cylinders that are available through various manufacturers right now. And it's still limited to just like Schlage and Yale. I got some black Yale rim the other day in. I was surprised about that. Hey. But that's the next big quandary, y'all. I mean, that's a huge problem right now, and always has been 10B, the 10B conundrum, 10BE conundrum, and now we're eclipsing both of those by just going black. Black. Everything's black now. These storefronts are black. I don't remember a dump truck. That's a regular truck. Cable guy, did you see a dump truck? Everybody flame cable guy if he didn't see a dump truck. I'm assuming you did. I didn't see it. I even have, well, I had a camera up there, but it was bugging out. Extra Phillips screws for everybody. Yeah. You know, that whole thing has brought me up to a little irritation. When I was stocking keys, when I was removing an excess of cardboard boxes, because face it, empty key boxes are very handy for any number of things. All right, you don't really throw them away unless you're kind of damaged or whatever, because we can use them to put padlocks in. And for like customers, when they order a bunch of padlocks, we'll go through and put them in those, because padlocks fit really well in 250 count boxes. They're just useful for everybody. So very rarely throw them out unless they're damaged. And I was going through it, and then I started looking at all the keys on the wall, and I realized there is one company out there, Ilco, that has never had to advertise, never really had to do anything but exist. And like they don't interact a whole lot. I mean, I know, like, if approached, they would. And I get why, because if they do it for one person, which I've discovered many times, which is why I don't do as many unboxings from like distributors, because then distributors get emails from people who have seen my video and like, well, if you did this to Jason, I want it too. So I kind of don't even show that anymore, or talk about it for that matter. But I wouldn't get. Oh, I think Ilco needs a very strongly worded letter too. Spent a lot of money on Ilco keys. I started getting like really cool close-up shots of the key wall, which if y'all saw the plant one, it's kind of a mimic of that. But new, I can't say anything. Any new front end too. Like as I was unboxing some keys, and I still have some like like hanging. There's a box there. There's a box there. There's a couple of bags hanging here. There's also a couple of bags hanging back here that you can't see that I have not unboxed, that I have not stocked yet. They get away with a lot. I mean, without having to be like, hey, gosh, we accept the fact that looks like you probably have spent a lot of money with our company. Here's a poster. Here's a pineapple. Something. I don't want a pineapple from Ilka. You know what I mean? I was just like, come on now. Like, I've got a couple of new products that is in that I'm about to do a couple of videos on, that were sponsored by somebody that I personally spent a lot of money on, but business-wise don't really spend a whole lot of money on. And they sent me a couple of cool things to show y'all. So it just makes me realize how much these damn lock people get away with just stuff. As a locksmith group, oh God, I don't want to be there. They're going to totally blacklist me. We demand posters. We want a poster. We demand from our Ilco overlords some bling. How about product updates? How about getting manuals out? Like, now you do it through the distributors. You don't really care about end users because you care more about the distributors who are buying boatloads of them. I get that. And that's what distributors, good distributors, in turn, transfer said bling to be distributed amongst those who undoubtedly are going to be favorites of said distributors. I've gotten things that, were stuff that they found. It was like, hey, we figured, hey, we want to thank you for this. I get that. But, like, I don't know the agreement with distributors and the Ilco overlords. But there is another company that's prevalent nowadays, and it's got 3 letters in it, and it's JMA. And compared to way back yonder times, before JMA popped up, you got what you got. Jet was around, yeah, so that was on. And then they, kind of by themselves. And now JMA is picking up more and more. Oh no, I'm just saying. How about some posters to every locksmith who buys, I don't know, some kind of bling that your distributors can, like, if you order a bunch of keys, or if your distributors know, like, hey, next order. Which, if you, again, mine do, so they cool. But I think it's more on Ilco's end getting the merch out in quantity enough for distributors to freely give it away. Or something. Hell, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I got a lot of Ilco keys hanging around here. I want a deck of cards. Ilco even, or LSDA even sent me a deck of cards. Where is it? It's over there. Like that kind of stuff. Send us a notepad, for God's sakes. More bling, Ilco. I hold you responsible, and you should acknowledge the fact and send. You've got lists. Even though you only like dealing with distributors, we know you have our lists. Yeah, to go to it. Yeah, and I know they spend money at these trade shows. They're probably like, "We'll come to a trade show. We're there. We're there." The only Ilco dude I saw was the Ilco van. They're more interested in selling key machines than talking about, hey, I bought 18 million effing Ilco keys last 2 years. Len, I agree with you 100,000 million percent. So, yeah, we were talking about that the other day. What's his name up in New York, who has always been known as the guy who can weld keys together? He's been taking these. He's been ordering these. Like, I used to order these in bulk as well. Not really in bulk, but he's ordering them like probably the main person in the country of the United States whole area who orders these in large quantities, and he's cutting it off, cutting a groove in it, sticking a quickset blade in there, and selling them for $100. So, and he did it on the news. And the news was like, he can do this in under the minute. And what's his name? He's in New York, and his whole building is covered with, get this, brazed together keys. Millions of keys. He has chairs that he's built out of keys that he's brazed together. Kim was like, you should totally do that. I was like, listen, here's the deal, right? And they zoom in on his shop, and it's like literally this big, and he's got a vise, and he's like, heats it up with a propane torch. I've got a propane torch. Hacksaw, I've got a hacksaw. Cuts it off live, just boom. But what does he do with the ends of these? He's got no telling how many of ends of these laying around. He's selling it for $100, so whatever. And just using it for the head. So I was like, here's the difference in why I can't do that and he can, or what the difference is. If you zoom out of the film crew was like zoomed in on him literally doing it, so he literally did a how-to right there. But the difference is, if you zoom back and outside of his shop, and you see all those keys spot welded together or fused together, however he does it, then you have to realize, wait, this guy probably knows how the fuck to weld keys together, right? So you stand no chance in hell, no matter how good of a welder or brazier or whatever you think you are, when you zoom out and see a whole storefront with keys stuck together, you're never going to reach that level of brazing capabilities. Sorry, ain't going to happen. Never. So, yeah, Greenwich, thank you. Yeah, him. And he's got Facebook and IG and all that. So I just find this funny. Yeah, just do that. No, I'm not going to just. No, I'm going to burn myself. I'm going to waste. I'm going to waste the key. It's going to snap right off. Not the right temperature. Like, literally, dude, homie knows what he's doing when it comes to welding keys together. So none of us will ever reach that level of being able to do that and sell it for $100. House key for $100. That's crazy. I mean, good for him. Phil is his name, I think. I mean, I would hope that he has a use. He's creative, so he obviously does something else with that, I would hope. I doubt very seriously he throws anything away. Not with that attitude. No, it doesn't matter, man. You look at the front of his store and know that he did every single. What are you doing on the corner? You know he did every single one of those keys painstakingly. Chairs, archways. I would really love to do it to my store, but I ain't about to go to that. Like the number of keys that he's used. My God. What are you doing, Mrs. Sketchy? I see you over there. Yes, Greenwich. Phil, I think is his name. I would definitely be practicing on some. How do you practice that? I guess I have a couple of those keys. I got, I do have some heads. Look at Jason. I do have some old ones that are messed up. These are all that one was bent. So I got several of those. Kind of small though. I don't know if I can get $100 for that. This one, he probably uses the very particular ones for a reason because this is pretty damn thin. That's not as thin. Oh, ooh, look at that! It blew out this side when I was trying to drill it out. So that's a fine candidate because it's got a thicker area right there. That one, not so much. But I mean, in theory, yeah, I guess so. I got four of them. But it is hard to get those from anybody right now. No, not many distributors stock them, so you have to special order. Last time I did it was 2022 era, and it took like 2 weeks to get the more common ones and about 8 weeks total to get the less common, fancier version. But you can't order it. George, did I ever look at RST key blanks? RST. No, I've never heard of it. What is that? Yeah, I'm trying to decide if that's a backup truck. It's obviously a rental. It's got. Yes, that is. Sunrise. Sunrise. Fresh produce. The produce of champion restaurants. The dude checking out Facebook on live. Again, not meaning to bust you, bro, but you're live right now. Let's see. So, what's up, y'all? Nothing going on out there. Don't worry about it. Still there. Shoot. Uh, oh, I think he already blocked me. Careful. I assigned last week's J-Bot to J-Bot, so I don't know if J-Bot will block you, but J-Bot or Hey, David, what's up? Be careful driving. Wait a second. That was funny. Chris, that was hilarious. Who wants to guess this is the same driver as was it last week or the week before? It wasn't last week. I think it was the week before that. Hey. Yeah, that was hilarious. So, dude that the dude that we had trouble with all last year that I went to court against and had him trespass. Yeah, he's back in jail for somebody else doing all the same thing that I did. I got his mugshot. He was wrapped up in a blankie. He was wrapped in his blankie in his mugshot. I was sent that. Well, Kim was sent that, who in turn showed it to me just a couple of days ago, right after I discovered that they were hunting for him, which is not hard because he only hangs out in a few areas. So he got arrested for violating a trespass order from somewhere else. Come to find out, he went through Capitol Police, and I'm sure the judge will stop in today. He stops in usually every weekend to let me know what's going on. Supposedly going to be in jail for 5 months. I doubt very seriously that, but we'll see. So we may get a break from him totally. He was hassling people up there, like a few miles away from there. So he did get the message to stay the F out of Fondren. So he just went somewhere else and did the same thing. I even identified him through crappy photos. I was like, I know exactly who that is. Here's your person. Crazy, crazy, crazy. I don't know how long he'll be away for it. Yeah, I saw your thing about Gumby keys, your comment about Gumby keys. They don't really have, there's not really, Gumby keys have never been a thing. I had somebody ask for Alcorn keys. I was like, they don't have JSU keys, much less Alcorn. Why would you think they would have Alcorn keys? And I've actually gone down that road before where I looked into how much it costs to have actual custom keys made. You got to buy like 10,000 keys. It's a significant investment to get painted keys, to actually get full deal painted keys. I looked at it when I was thinking about getting them for Sweet Potato Queen or the parades that we were having in Fondren. 15 minutes. I gotta watch out for certain people. Hold on. Hold on, please. I hope not. That is a... No, no, no. You're not a repeat offender. Looks... Well... No. Oh. Hey. What's up, bro? God, how did that screen get so big? That's so revealing. Didn't mean for that to happen. Nothing to see here. In full 1080p from multiple angles. Look, y'all. I finally mounted it. Had this board sitting around forever. I never wanted to do it because the screws were too long. Well, I did it anyway and just cut them off. Uh, it matches nothing like the outside. Whatever, I don't care. So I've got to bolt it here and here. So I still have to drill and probably gonna use probably drill through and do a countersink, even though this is really thin wood. Probably drill through with a countersink and use thin flathead brass screws. This solid brass Baldwin letter numbers. Solid brass screws. One of which, fuck you, screw, broke, but I was able to recover. Yes, I've never had an address number out there. I mean, his is 3001 and they're 3005. Figure it out. But you know what? I'm tired of Amazon Flex drivers being like, is this 3003? Yeah, bitch. Listen, UPS, FedEx, USPS, the people that scammers try to send to pick up merchandise. Everybody has no problem figuring it out, except for Amazon Flex. So, yeah, you got your fucking number up there, all right? I know, it's nice. I've always wanted to put this together, but, like, literally, I have footage of me peeling the plastic. I lost the cardboard backing for it a long time ago, but each one of these numbers still had the plastic coating over it with the Baldwin backer. Oh yeah, here's one right here. Look at that. There's the 0. Boop. Surprisingly, it came right off. Surprisingly, there is no tarnish marks, and it's perfectly centered. After multiple attempts with doesn't look perfectly centered, but I think it is perfectly centered. The wood grain makes it really hard to figure out, but according to my extremely careful measurements, that is perfectly centered. So, yeah. I thought about hanging it from right here. Dump truck. Oh, it's a fire truck. Fire truck. And there's actually hooks already there to do that. I'm thinking that might be the safer way to do it. But but then I'll have to look at the backside of it. I don't necessarily want to look at the backside of that. I didn't take into account that. Otherwise, I would have bought a thicker board. Uh, yeah, lifetime brass. It even says it right here. Lifetime warranty on the number O. We be spying on you, bro. Have more brass on the reverse. You through bolt them. Find solid brass through bolt will be a huge problem. Oh, excuse me, ma'am. We're spying on the Sunrise Fresh Produce dude, which he's now apparently doing his job, so no big deal. I don't know what finish they are. It's got to have a reason for it, right? I'm fine with it because it bangs otherwise. Bang, bang, whereas there, that's cool. It doesn't seem safe as far as like if a car's driving along, it would impale it. Yeah, pretty good, huh? Yourself. Have we missed any fire trucks? Or any dump trucks? I think that's a fire truck. That is a fire truck. Gumby, in case you're wondering, there's a fire station yonder ways, about 3 miles. And there's fire station yonder ways, about a mile and a quarter. both on this street. I don't know which one's which, but he was going that way and now he's going that way, and that's station 5. I don't know which station is which, but that's probably the one that belongs down there. I thought about that, but some of them I did stress out a little bit to make them horizontal. So I'm kind of scared to do that, if you know what I mean. I don't want to have a repeat incident of the last number 3. So yeah, I'm a little scared to unscrew it because of the torque accidentally exerted upon the screws to begin with. Is he still unloaded? All right, now remember there are real people out there, y'all. Be nice. Some people can't park, obviously. Oh, that is not getting any warmer in this cup. But I might be done with dump trucks for the day. I guess I could look to see what's going on back there with this camera. No. No, you're not offline. Stop joshing around. Oh, and as I mentioned, I did clean my bench over here, the glass where I keep my padlocks. Oh my God, it was so polleny. Yeah. You could see the layer, like you could write your name in it. And then when I started moving padlocks around, I realized that the top shelf and the middle shelf needed Windexing as well. So they all had to come out, which we're kind of light right now on padlocks. Come on, camera, wake up. So me just scrubbing the top turned into scrubbing the interior and everything. Because we keep the door open. It's to be expected. But we bring it upon ourselves by leaving the door open. Okay, camera, how about you zoom up a little bit? I want to see what's going on up there. Zoom up. Look up. This is my Rebel camera. It just doesn't like communicating with me sometimes. No, okay, you're not going to. Yeah, we had a guy that I could. They were supposed to do it, and I put some of it's my van, but there's others that leak out there as well. The dude that I tried to get to do it, because Fondren has a pressure washer, we just don't have the pressure to feed the pressure washer. We do now, but we don't like have an outside way to do it necessarily. So they kind of have to do it off of like a truck, you know, with a tank on it. And it's a whole thing. At that point, if you're going to do just a few spots, it's kind of just do the whole thing so that it all looks right. So then it turns into, oh, well, they should get that thing. Yeah, I should bring that up. And I've put the oil dry out there myself. Oh, hey, Mix. Okay, yeah. Why do those chairs look purple and yellow? That's super LSU thing. Is it black and yellow, or is it dark blue and yellow? I've not noticed that before. Okay, I'm not taking a picture of you. Go ahead and back out. I'm not gonna point my camera at you when you're pulling out. I've not noticed yellow chairs before. Okay, gold. That makes more sense. They're gold. They're gold chairs. Huh, fancy. Super Tool 300. I don't actually have it today. I did not wear it today, hoping that I wouldn't need it. But yeah, Super Tool 300 is literally the best one because of the length of the Phillips driver, A. B, the file on it is pretty decent for if you have to use it to. It's tedious, but like filing out, like say an ANSI plate. Usually, what I'll do with it is I'll use my round roto burr for like adjusting a commercial lever handle strike if I have to go down or out or whatever the case is. I'll square it up as much as I can, but when you're using a round bit, obviously you can't square it up. And if I don't want, or if I don't have my tool bag with a bigger bastard file in it, I will use that file to square it up as much as I can. It takes an extra minute or two, and it's a little tedious, but I'd prefer it to be more squared when you're talking about latches. Deadbolt's a different story. So that and that. The length of the bits, did I mention that? The length of the bits. I've got a Super Tool and I've got the rebar. The rebar is a mini cousin of the Super Tool. Super Tool's bigger, heavier, etc. I've got all those Leathermans, except for the Wave. I've never been into the Wave. So you may be thinking to yourself, well, I could just go with the rebar because it's smaller and cheaper and lighter. It's not the same. You need the extra length when you're working with, when you're having to use it to unscrew a quickset doorknob or a Schlage Plymouth doorknob. Like shit, I don't have any other screwdriver. Now I usually carry. Please don't block me, YouTube. Now I whip out my thing. And I have a screwdriver bit here. And here, if it's a number 3. And then, unfortunately, this is kind of awkward. But like I have bit sites, so I got to dump the bits out when I'm on site so that I can get my little wrench out here. Dude. I keep like the flathead for unscrewing flatheads on mortar cylinder screws. This is a Schlage's 3 and 3/32 screw to get Schlage screwed off specifically. 5/64, obviously for set screws that are used in Adam's right locks when they're not slotted, which I'd go for my slotted, which this would work too because it's perfect for slotted screws on Adam's right. But that doesn't work for anything but good for profile cylinders. A lot of them use 5/32, and then a couple more. But then at this little guy, and then I can do dupe, 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 boop, 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 or extend it even more since I'm there. If I need even longer, I can oompa together, or use this longer one, whatever the case is. Or make it shorter. So I don't use my Phillips as much because I can assemble that pretty quick and reassemble it. But the Phillips driver is pretty essential still on these. Having it as long as it is. What's this other one? I have a Torx T20 in there. Oh, and a Torx, not a Torx number T6, because I don't have room for a T6. So it should be a 15. 15 for Schlage locks. T20. I don't know what I have the T20 for. And in my front pocket, I keep a T25. .5/64 lorry wrench. And of course, I gotta show it off since we're showing off. There's a pair of tweezers in there too, but that's no big deal. In fact, those probably need to come out. I don't really ever use those tweezers. As soon as I take it out, though, I'll need to deploy tweezers for something. Yeah, stuff you there. Stuff you there. Put you back there. I just don't like sitting here with it in my butt pocket for a long period of time. But during the day, it rides in my back pocket all the time. Yeah, the pocket pouches that I just got in to check out are like big pouches. So they're like more like for khaki side pockets, and I don't really wear like cargo pocket pants, but I do have a lot of bags. So I was like, I may not like them in the pocket category. Some of my guys may, some of y'all may. You may wear khakis with big pockets on the side. So in that case, they are pretty cool little things. You'll have to wait for the video though. And I'm not going to do a video on the pouches with just like normal. Like you can go watch them then. I have to practice the name, so I don't botch it Southern style, which I'm gonna purposefully do anyway. Wait a minute. No, that's not the same grip. Good grief. Yeah, no matter how many torques you have, no matter how many torques you have, not gonna be the right one. Oh, shit. These are actually, I haven't decided which one's my favorite. I kind of wish I would have got them in the reverse colors. Kind of wish. We're going to see what kind of locksmith tools fit in this guy. Phones fit. People use them for normal EDC stuff, but does a Nipex 7 1/4 fit in that back pocket? I think so. What'll fit right there? I don't know. I'm gonna stick some of the stuff that I already carry in these holes. In fact, I wonder. Nope, that's too small. Too small for that one. So awkward. I totally don't get this whole thing. Like, I don't think I'm ever gonna be wearing that like that. Such a tease. Probably not. So, like, I like the little handle. So I'm thinking like taking this off and using it in a bag as a tool separator. Because to be honest, you do kind of got to have separators in some bags. You don't want your shit just flopping around in there. So I'm going to go at it from that angle after I acclimate myself to them. No more dump trucks, huh? What did we get up to? We got up to 14 passes unless I got over exuberant clicking it. I know there was a good 10 to 15 prior, right, immediately prior to live. So maybe they just petered out. I have in my, speaking of bits and things like that, yes, I have in my truck, I've got the variation of this, a little bit larger one, which this one actually just became available again to me. I can't remember what was in here, but I've clearly emptied it. And now I got to come up with a new use for it. This is the actual Plano 1449 model, which means it's the more expensive version. And it's really old. I've had this for a while. I've used it for various things. Drill bits have lived in there. And it's honestly held up better than anything. So I got to say, worth it buying these. But I've got the next larger size full of various bits. These long ones, short ones. No rhyme or reason, just as backup because I also keep them scattered in various places. It's for like, oh shit, I can't find.
Jason, here's your reminder. Watch out for vehicles. Jason, here's your reminder. Watch out for vehicles.
Thank you. I guess that's also a reminder to be done. Am I totally ignored her? Watch out for vehicles. I know what it means. I know what it's talking about. Why are you counting how many times I've called you out? I didn't know you were going to do that. You don't have to re-tag me either. Yeah, I don't like either one of y'all. I don't feel like you need to be keeping a count on how many times we've called you out. Back to the drawing board with you, J-Bot. He was just too mean the first week. Never-ending drama there. Yeah, y'all have a great time. Let's go ahead and get disassembled. Let's go ahead and get disassembled because it's time to disassemble. Lock force, disassemble. Let's bounce over to the disassemble screen so everybody can say bye to everybody else in a bye-like fashion. And get show off all my cylinders and stuff up there. I guess. I don't know. I kind of want him to talk back to himself. So I gotta figure out how to do that. I'm trying to make him smarter, y'all. That's the problem. uh, room, say, ha. Exclamation, ha. H-A. Exclamation, H-A. Lynn, type exclamation H-A. Gumby, if you're not driving, exclamation H-A. Kevin, you too. Yeah, you're good. You know, I don't know if it's gonna do it or not. Does it? The heck? Lowercase H-A. Or it's just gonna go really far behind. I don't know. Y'all may freak out J-Bot. Freak him out! Freak him out! I don't know why y'all are spamming that. Let me go. No, it's not working. Don't bother. Let me pull the log on that.
Love you.
Love you. Have a good
weekend.
All right, you too. Uh, Screen is stuck, huh? Screen is super stuck.
Dump truck.
All right, I fixed that. Y'all missed the puppy. You missed the puppy. And sorry you missed that puppy. It was a little puppy. Like right there. The puppy just walked by and you missed it. I suck as a streamer. Alright. Anybody want to try the ha again? Lowercase h-a, exclamation point, lowercase h-a. I don't know. I don't think it's going to work again, but you can sure as hell try. And if it doesn't work, then I'll cancel. Oh, there goes Puppy across the street. You can't see him. That little bald Dotson looking dog. A weenie dog. A weenie dog. Alright, I don't think it's working. Yeah, J-Bot would have. Okay, calm down. It's probably not working. If J-Bot hadn't replied to the first couple of people, it's probably not working. Alright. Yeah, it's not working. I'll check one more time, but I'm pretty sure it's not working. Of course. No items in queue. And where were we? Community. Nope, not that. Loyalty points. Where is the list? Nope, it's not working. Why does the VIP work and not that one? I don't get that. Okay, well, another question for another day. In the meantime, we're going to go ahead and get totally disassembled. Just like that. I don't know. It was supposed to do some things, but it didn't. It does for me, but that doesn't really help. Meantime, JBot and JBot both work. Take it upon yourself to use those commands. I gotta mow this weekend. Sucks. Y'all have a great one. Catch you next week for something.